you doing today?
Good.
That's good. Hey, that's good. It's better than being dead. So let me get a large coffee, 6 creams, 6 sugars.
Okay.
And 2 of those sausage McMuffins. Oh, those things are good.
And what else?
Sausage McMuffins. 2 of them.
A sausage and muffin?
2 of them.
Okay.
Let me see. Is Goose anything else?
I'm good, thank you.
Alright, it's gonna be 321 first one though.
Bless you. Thanks.
What does Demigod Collective mean to me? Besides it being a great project with some great friends of mine, Demigod Collective is a project that I don't have to compromise with. I'm a huge fan of it because it allows me to use all of my potential, all of the things that I can offer a group, whether it be creatively or through my music knowledge and other ways. I can totally use all of that to its full potential. It has one of the most amazing visions, live theatrics, the story, the songs, they're genre bending in a way that I feel is very, very different and fun. It's not often that I get to work on tracks that have like tapping metal guitars as like part of a trap beat or something like that. It's just super cool. I just love it. It's great. It's been super defining for me as a musician and a producer. And it's great to be with a group of guys that only want to innovate. That's one of my favorite things as well.
So you're probably watching Q in his lair. Here's my lair. It's my fucking shitty room. To me, what Demigod Collective meant, even when I started the project, it was freedom. I had these guys that were believing in me to achieve something, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I had no fucking idea. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, these guys are really different. I know I don't feel like I'm talented for anything. I have a talent in accumulating talent, which is utter bullshit for some people might say. So what I thought was, well, if I can combine them together in a room, I should have no issue. There should be no problems of what we're gonna do. And because I've known Goose forever, and Q I've known for a bit at this point, and we got in a room together, and it was instantly clicking. And the reason we clicked is we were playing for some reason when we sing TLC's No Scrubs, we all go to a specific harmony that the other one doesn't go to. It's fucking dumb, but it is what it is. And I remember just the freedom that I had of working with them, the ability to have an idea and be able to not sound stupid. Other music things I've done, I was sounding dumb. People just didn't necessarily believe me. They didn't think it made sense. They thought my combination of genres was stupid. With these guys, I got it. And that's been the best part. One of my favorite songs to put together was a song that I'm not even on. But I was able to basically put it together how I wanted it to, because I had the talents of both of these other guys. And that is why this works for me. I don't want to be a part of someone else's dream. I honestly don't give a fuck. What I'm more concerned about is making something mine, a legacy for me and the guys. I think they feel the same way too, because no one here hampers ideas. And when we mean whatever we want, it's really whatever the fuck we want. There isn't a oh, it doesn't sound like that. Our sound is now just evolved into an emotion and a feeling, not necessarily a technical sound. It's gonna evolve and it's gonna change. It's gonna be different. It's gonna piss people off. It's gonna make some people happy. But that's just the way it is. One thing that I do care about is sounding like me, and I love everything from techno, Maroon 5, death metal, Black Dahlia Murder, pop music, Michael Jackson, soundtracks of movies. Like, I like too much shit. And I could do that all here. And if once you hear all the music, you can really start to grasp that all that shit's there. That's what really does it for me. That creative outlet. The 100% ability to do whatever I want without having to, as long as it sounds good.
It was all because of an email that I sent to JP while I was in a shitty situation as a man. And while I was looking towards like new horizons, because I was moving back here after being away for 2 years. Because I had finally honed in on what I actually wanted. And I had to hit a person who I was already making music with, which was JP. And the reason that Demigod exists is because we know that there's more. As far as there's more to life, there's more to the world, there's more that we could individually and as a group be doing to participate and to be pushing culture forward. That's really the main reason why we got together. And it's the main reason why we stay together. I had this conversation with JP about the fact that it's been 4 years since we began, and we're still here. And I think that's mainly because of the why. Because of, like, why are we together? Just because we know that the three of us have the potential to make something phenomenally great, and we're gonna do it. And mind those sounds in the background. That's my dog chewing a bone.
What can I say about Q? I can't do shit without Q. There's no way this project could be where it is without him. I mean, granted, everyone's important. Not as important as Q. I mean, he just has an eye for the details that I don't have. A lot of our productions have been me doing, move this here, move here, this, and that's a song. Done. And he will actually be able to actually stitch those things together. But like the effort he put on the first album alone is dumb. I can't be more proud of him because we definitely, the way that shit started, he was just like, hey, I know how to record things on a computer. And we're like, all right, cool, let's make an album based upon actually no knowledge. And he learned and did what he had to do. And that is amazing. Like, I can't say more of it. Like, he's just a bomb. He's just the fucking best. And we're polar opposites in a lot of things, though. But I think that's what makes us great together. Because I don't want to do what he does. And I'm sure he doesn't want to do what I do. But love Q, 100%.
The beginning was when I met Q. And Q was in his dormitory, like, just surviving on the cheapest food that he could possibly get his hands on. Like, everything he had was, like, beef flavored, not actual beef. I don't know how that man survived. And he had, his room was a mess. There was clothes and shit everywhere. But then he had his desk where he had his laptop and his piano. And you could just see the passion radiating out of this kid. We got to talking about music immediately. And we figured out, like, where our tastes lied as far as, like, I could see where Q was coming from because at the time he was going to school for jazz. And that's one of his mainstays. But one of the things that we early on bonded on was over Coldplay's Fix You, of all things. That's a great fucking song. I don't care what anyone says. That song, if you listen to that song and you don't have any emotion, then you're a fucking robot. You're just a fucking robot. And that same night, we cut ourselves harmonizing that song and also No Scrubs for some reason. And from there, I saw the potential of what we could do as far as, like, technically and vocally and all that stuff. And once I saw how Q can produce, once we finally had the trap set up and all those things, which was like several months later, that's when the vision was almost overwhelming. And that's how I knew, like, I felt behind at that point because Q was just so on point. And he'll tell you a different tale, but I don't believe that shit, man. Q's lit. Q's super lit. He is the reason that I think that we'll be able to stay ahead, because he's so adaptive, and JP and I make these ridiculous requests and Q gets it done. It's not even a question of like, oh fuck that, that's too large. No. It's just like, it's a how, and he'll figure it out. And there's a resilience to Q in that aspect that will keep us moving forward. And I knew that from him early on. And he is so essential to moving this thing forward.
So what do I do in Demigod Collective? In before someone complains about me driving while I take this video, but let's start with my name in the group, Q. I believe it was JP who came up with that, because I'm like the more analytically minded technical guy, at least when it comes to sound and music production. And in the James Bond movies, you've got that guy Q who kind of designs all the weapons, so that's kind of where that came from. And I think that kind of speaks to my role in the group largely. It's my job to take anyone's idea, whether they have a project or just a thought or a concept, and try and make it real or refine their ideas professionally, and just kind of go into all those little excruciating details that you really want to have creative control over, whether it's like little transitions or the sound of the percussion in your track. You don't want like your mixing guy deciding that as much. You want that's your sound. And JP and Goose have a huge range of influences, and they have very clear visions for what they're looking for, but I've taken up on the role of making the creation of that as streamlined and easy as possible. And that really wasn't my specialty when I joined the group. When I first joined, it was like, hey, you made this cool thing in GarageBand, want to make an album? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I can totally do that. I'm so qualified. And I just spent lots of sleepless nights trying to figure out how to do that as quickly as possible. That was interesting. And I really look forward to our new content, because I'm way better than I was then.